So of course we're gonna use this time to see how everybody feels about the situation, people close to him, and people that even don't vibe with him, you feel me? And hopefully down the line there's a brighter side to the situation. But let's get to this video on why the Cuff Boys believe Melly's manager is delusional. Let's get into it.
The YNW Melly trial resumes on July 10th, but today we got a few interview clips from Melly's mom, brother, and manager, just to give y'all some more context on what his family members and his manager think about the case, because they don't really talk publicly about what they think. An interesting perspective and sometimes delusional, so you'll see right here. Hit subscribe, let's get right into it. They just seem like they're very supportive of him no matter what, which any family member would do, so.
And at the end of the day, bro, I look at it like this, right? All these other people who were around when Melly was coming up, you know what I'm saying? They're family. They're not family.
That's my firstborn.
We came from the same room.
I'ma always ride for him. I'ma always be right by his side, like letting him know that I'm here. I love you, whether you can hear my voice or not, because he still don't got phone privileges. Him knowing like I'm not just out here living my best life. Like I'm hurting every day that he's locked up in there. Like I think about him every day.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. Melly's support system is so beautiful. How like everybody just trying to paint Melly as this evil villain, bro, and his mama is sticking beside him, like no matter what. Like what y'all talking about? You did what I'm saying? Like y'all got my baby messed up, boy. That's that real Southern love for real, boy.
I actually do feel bad for his mom because apparently she had a heart attack over this too because of the stress, which is pretty intense. But
almost 4 years coming up, so it's like, you know, a lot of people lose faith after that.
I mean, it's insane.
Exactly.
4 years is crazy.
They basically try to paint that he's guilty without saying that he's guilty. I always keep my tongue shut about it because, you know what I'm saying, I'm an artist myself too. I can't really say too much.
yeah, so the past like 4 years, Melly's team has never really commented on anything. So it was like 4 years of all these articles talking about all the evidence against Melly. So of course the public opinion is going to be swayed that way. So that's what they're talking about now. But
They'd be like, oh, he's guilty. He wrote a song about it. If y'all just like go read the black and whites,
Really?
it tells the story
The
itself.
song was like 3 years before the situation,
That
right?
song was 4 years.
I mean,
I feel like I've
Yeah,
talked
no,
about this
that
song
is-
so much. Like obviously Murder in My Mind was not about their murders at all. And some people say, well, then it's a premeditated song. He was like predicting. It was years before. You think he planned a murder in his head for years before? Like no, it's not how life works.
Boy, you gotta be a super villain to plan some shit like that. But 4 years, and you got patience, tremendous patience. You hanging around the people you won't gone for 5 years. Boy, your patience is impeccable, boy. If you do something like that, boy, y'all a little bit too hot. I just even saying something like that. Y'all trim.
Got 66 pages of DNA. Rah, rah, rah. I'm like, do y'all niggas really like
66.
read what's going on? Because
That's actually true. Because I remember seeing the 66
66 pages of DNA. What? We ain't even see 1 page of DNA for Melly. You feel what I'm saying? They must have a page for each particle on his finger. Each particle of his finger got a page. Must be or something like that. Because I heard it was on the outside of the door.
pages of DNA headline, and I think I even reported on it because I was like, holy shit. But we couldn't physically see the 66 pages of DNA. And now, come to trial, the only DNA they got of him is on the fucking door handle they found
Facts.
3 weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago now. Not like they found a lot of DNA. I would imagine those 66 pages include the trajectory and all that bullshit and all the other DNA in the car and everything. That's what that 66 pages includes.
And that's
Okay.
basically how his team works. It's you guys see when we go to trial.
the reason why people are so quick to put Melly in that guilty bucket, because it's like, okay, look, 2019 when he first got locked up, a lot of people was like, oh yeah, he's not guilty, free Melly, free Melly. But then
I actually remember the opposite. I mean, it was like 50-50. I feel like a lot of people were saying he was guilty immediately.
order
Hell no, it was not 50-50. Everybody was saying he was guilty from the beginning. Like, everybody felt like it was him for sure. Now, there was this wide variety group of people that was like, nah, so damn, am I tripping? Could it be 50-50? I just feel like the people who thought he was guilty got it a little bit more than 50-50. So we could do like 60-40 or something like that.
we didn't say nothing. Like the blogs and stuff kept pushing out that motive, like, oh, they just found this and they got that and they got this and they got that. All I gotta say is, bro, if you know, you know. Like, you just gotta read. Y'all niggas went to school, just read, bro. Like, if you really want to know what's up, just read the black and whites. You know, you'll see everything.
I don't really know what B-Slime means by that, but he's a child. Like, B-Slime's like 16, so he's just probably repeating what other people say. But if you read, I mean, there is a lot of evidence. Sort of what he means by that, like, yes, some of it is circumstantial, but there is like, oh shit, like the trajectory, like the way that the angles of the bullets and the
main
wounds,
one right
a
there,
lot of it
goddamn.
is not
The
a good look
trajectory.
for Melly. But then it's also like, all right, there's no murder weapon, it's circumstantial, but the black and whites does kind of lead to Melly. Let's be honest here. Like, we're not gonna act like the black and whites makes him innocent.
Nobody lies on black and whites, bro.
Long ass statement basically about the treatment that he's been enduring within the jail and having his phone privileges taken away, not being able to speak to you guys, not being able to speak to his lawyers, etc.
It was just months of going on. Like, we had a hearing and the judge basically said, like, he can't do anything when it comes down to the jail. The jail has their own rules.
That's
they
crazy.
make their own rules. Even though, like, you know, they're violating his constitutional rights, like to be able to have phone calls, have any kind of contact with the public, with his family, like outside of jail. Like, we don't know if he's eating, if he's not, if he's good or what.
I think that's bullshit. They do that on purpose to try to break these guys down. So I don't approve of that shit. That's tough. Apparently doing it to Young Thug too. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing like Melly clog his toilet in retaliation. Like, he was like saying fuck you to these like security guards, so he clogged his toilet on purpose.
Don't know nothing, and it's like he's in the county. Like, he's not in no prison. A lot of people keep saying that. It's so annoying. He's not in prison. He's at the Broward County Jail. We're just sitting.
What happened to your hand?
Oh, so
I brought up the hand in the last video. This is a kind of a wild story how this happened to her.
actually a police officer did it.
She not gonna say it, but Broward police had a warrant out for her phone. They tried to do an illegal search. They grabbed her hand, twisted it, tore some ligaments in her hand. They did an illegal search, and they did. They did
It's
the
all
most,
gonna come
bro.
out because we're going to court for it. They came after me.
What?
I don't know why. I'm like, I am a mom and work full time as a nurse. Like, I have nothing to do with nothing. But this is what they're doing 4 years later. Now they're attacking the mom.
They probably had some indication she was doing something, but they couldn't really prove it. So yeah, that is definitely up for them to do that. I don't know what she would have done besides like just hide stuff. That's my guess. They couldn't prove it obviously, and this detective tried to snatch her damn phone.
How much
What?
tampering did they think that you could have done? Or were they saying that you spoke to somebody on the outside or something like that?
Something like that. But then it turned out like it was all lies and not proven and everything. But you already assaulted me for no reason because you wanted to take my phone. Like, that was crazy.
Police and everything just have like a real vendetta against you and your family just because of his success and everything?
Yeah.
I feel like it's so public and they've done so many things. In this case, it's like kind of wrong. And
When I first met Melly and I was talking to him about the cops in that area, he made it perfectly clear. He said, they are out to get me. You know, like just from day one, he made that perfectly clear. And I remember being like, you gotta get the fuck out of there.
when he comes home, we are definitely probably not living in Florida. It's like
bro,
hard to explain.
it's winnable, bro. Like, his case, bro, is really, really winnable. It's all circumstantial evidence, but like, I'm gonna say, bro, his defense team is like, bro, like, people just gotta do their job. That's all I gotta say, bro.
So you're confident in his defense?
I am.
I ain't gonna lie, you should be confident because fam been doing his thing. You dig what I'm saying? Like, defense been going crazy. So I give credit to the defense, you know?
Delusional, having full faith in his defense and saying good lawyers can solve anything, but some of it is circumstantial. All right, next we got a few clips from Melly's manager from an interview, I believe like a year or two ago. And the police say this guy hid the gun, remember that? He hid a damn gun the next day, allegedly.
Me and him just kind of got really close because before he came out and did any music, I visited him for a year straight, for like 2-3 times a day, like a week, for a whole year. So we did 12 months of straight talking, getting to know each other. Just,
There's something about how he met Melly when Melly was in jail.
From your point of view, you think he's gonna beat it?
of course, it's no case. Melly's free. He's an innocent man. It's just America's standard where innocent is proven guilty. You know, it's flipped because he's fighting a situation where it's pretty much no evidence, no anything, just speculations.
Yeah.
But due to the policy of America, he gotta prove that he's innocent.
I mean, obviously, y'all know I'm going to say it's a completely delusional statement. No evidence. There's evidence. I mean, we all know there's evidence here.
Circumstantial.
He's being supportive. He's being a supportive manager. He talks to the kid a lot. They're friends. And it's not a slam dunk on either side. Like, both sides, the prosecution and the defense, have to work hard here to prove their case. So he's acting like it's a slam dunk on the defense side. That's just not true.
Which we know is innocent. But that's something that they're gonna have to find out. Melly's he's coming home. He was never guilty on any charge.
Well, he's accused of killing his two friends.
Exactly.
You know those guys too as well.
Of course.
If it goes to trial and he gets proven guilty in a court of law by a jury, will you feel differently about him, or will you still feel like he got railroaded?
It's really nothing to say if, because it's not. When you know the real, you know this is his two brothers that he loved, that was on his face, that he did everything with, they was working to do everything for their family. You understand why I can't even answer that question.
I was a fan of Melly. I don't understand it either. I mean, he had their names tatted on his face before they even were dead. Like, he loved these guys. But we see all the time in this up world, people kill the people they love. And what, last week some dude lined
I ain't gonna lie, that is some real deal psych shit, bro. Like, having somebody's name tatted on your face and slime them out, like, that's some next level movie type vibes. You feel me? It makes it super difficult to believe, for sure. But my nigga, if fam was to do something like that, boy, you more than crazy, boy. You is beyond tripping, boy. Milk it can't be the answer.
3 kids and shot him in the fucking head.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
that
It's
dude,
impossible
that was tripping.
to even think that way because it's not true. Like that's my best friend. That's somebody who's genuinely a good-hearted person. That wasn't his enemies. That wasn't no oppositions. That was his day one friends that he loved. So there's no way. Like it's not gonna happen because there's nothing to convict him of. The whole system is politics. So what we got to realize, that record, you have those 2 individuals that's allegedly murdered in the video. They're the main actors in the video. So you're gonna use a song to convict a man for allegedly murdering his friends that's in the video having a good time. Come on. So I'm talking about, it's backwards.
It's crazy.
All right, I got another interview of 100K Track from last week. I don't know why this guy's out doing interviews a week ago.
I know there was never tension. I could feel like he could be a suspect to murdering or allegedly murdering his 2 friends. I don't see it at all from just hanging around him for the amount of time that we hanged around. So I ain't taking it all. I ain't taking no way at all. I just looked at it as people making speculations and things like that.
Pretty much what he said 2 years ago as well in the other interview. What is that saying that a detective say? It's like when someone, like a wife dies, it's like 8 times out of 10 it's the husband that did it. Just because from an outside perspective you see people like love each other and that they have a good relationship doesn't mean they're not capable of hurting each other. And he repeats that a lot in these interviews. It's pretty surprising that his whole basis is just from knowing them. That's your whole basis off thinking he's innocent. It's just because you knew them together.
If you able to see what I seen, like the environment and how they was, their connection, that verdict says anything less than not guilty, then yeah, it would mess up my trust issues. Like it will definitely give me some type of PTSD when it comes to like people, because I personally never seen it coming. They supported each other and genuinely loved each other. So I'm 100% sure like the verdict is gonna be what it needs to be, you know what I'm saying? Because of course, I mean, it's always it's always an appeal for sure. You gotta go for an appeal, you know what I'm saying? Then there's the death penalty being on the table, going for that, you know what I'm saying? Try to get that completely gone or revisited.
Obviously, these are his friends and family. They're going to support him no matter what. I just thought it was pretty interesting how kind of delusional some of it is, but, and just gives more context because we don't really see his friends or family talking about what they actually think the trial's about. They're not even really saying anything, but there's evidence that points to that back left seat, you know what I'm saying? And who was sitting in the back left seat? Melly was. So we'll keep uploading random shit throughout the week because there's no trial this week. So subscribe right now. Find
I ain't gonna lie, he broke the video down very well just by bringing those main interviews into play, because those interviews do kind of let us know how confident his people is about him winning the case. Manager, real confident. I'm talking about he's so confident to the T. Does make a point where the only reason he's confident is because the relationship look good, but sometimes relationship look good and low-key be sour. Do make sense. Now, as far as the mom, she's gonna support him no matter what. And the way she's kind of saying she's gonna support him is like she got kind of doubt in her head, you feel what I'm saying? Like the way it just sounded. The most confident people was B-Way and the manager. The mom could be lost and confused and just hoping the best for her son, really, bro. Just like any other mother would, bro. But I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video. And y'all just send me videos y'all want to see me react to, bro. And I'm gonna knock them out while I'm out and about. Should be back before the 10th so we could get right back to the regular scheduled program. I'm gonna catch y'all in this video though. I'm gone.